edition of the second half Health and Fitness Show. Guess what? It's also Mardi Gras time here in New Orleans, which is why I have on my festive hat this morning. A little bit of bees. We have some beads out here on the table that maybe we're going to throw at you in a few minutes. But February is also American Heart Month. So not only are we going to talk a little bit about Mardi Gras in general, we're going to talk about American Heart Month and what are some things that you can do to help have a healthier heart this year. Heart disease, there's so many risk factors out there for heart disease and high blood pressure and heart attack. It really is a lifestyle issue. I can't even tell you how frustrating sometimes it is when I see people who are in such bad shape, and I know that their hearts are pumping and their hearts are working overtime, and they really need help, but they don't do anything about it. And that, from a personal standpoint, from a personal trainer standpoint, that is so frustrating to see that out there. And I know here in New Orleans in the South, we're obese. The majority of the population is, and there's so much that we can do to change it. And I hope today's show gets you on board and makes you think about that ticker and getting it healthy, because once that is healthy, then a lot of other health problems, you can reduce your risk factors, will definitely begin to even out, and hey, maybe even get off some medications. You got to talk to your doctor about that, but got to get that heart ready and that ticker ready to go. So I hope you hit your goals in January. That's also important. Are you part of that 8% that's still continuing? Or did you already stop going to the gym after day 3 and realize, man, I can't lose 30 pounds in 3 days. It just doesn't happen. I guess we'll wait till next year, right? So stay consistent. Stay on that plan. Remember, it's the small little things every single day that are going to help make 2018 a lot better for you. Don't fall off that bandwagon. If you have, get back on it today. There's still tons and tons of time. Even if you're here in New Orleans and you say, well, Matt, there's king cake out there. There's all the drinks. So what? Enjoy it. But you still got to do it in moderation. I enjoy king cake. I enjoy having a few drinks. But we still have to get to the gym. We still have to watch what we do on the other days. So what's been happening a little bit, just want to up to speed a little bit with my company, Movement Academy. We are growing like fire and reaching out and being a part of a number of Council on Agings here in the New Orleans area and Washington Parish, getting ready to go live out there in Tangipahoa Parish. St. James Parish is currently using our program. So contact us, and we'll get some contact information later, if you want your local Council on Aging to be a part of getting a better balance and a better brain and changing the senior and boomer community in your area, in your county, in your parish. So let's talk a little bit about heart health here this morning. So like we talked about, I punched it up for myself. So February, like we said, is American Heart Month. The American Heart Association at heart.org has tons of information out there for you and things to go on. So let's talk a little bit about an American crisis. All right. According to the American Heart Association, nearly half of all adults have high blood pressure. Now, high blood pressure or hypertension is now considered 130/80. And again, these are not my numbers. These are the numbers that the American Heart Association says. The death rate from high blood pressure increased by 11% from the 10-year period between 2005 and 2015. That's a pretty substantial increase. And again, a lot of it is lifestyle. Now, as we age, yes, blood pressure does go up. That's a natural part of aging. But there's a lot of things that we can do to help prevent that. Let's take a look at that next slide. By the hard numbers. So, look at that. 1 million people who will have a heart attack or die from coronary heart disease this year. Right? 23 million adults with type 2 diabetes. 15% of adults who smoked in 2015. 795,000 people who will have a stroke this year. That's not happy talk and happy stuff, but we got to be aware of it. So, are you in any of these categories? If you are, what are you doing to prevent heart disease this year? Are you watching what you eat? Do you have a better exercise program? Do you have a plan to lose the weight? Do you have a plan to reduce your risk factors? All those things are so critical. Right? If you don't plan for it, then it's going to be hard for you to make an adjustment. So sit down and work out a plan with your doctor, with your medical professional. Find someone that can help you. Find someone that can help you be accountable for what you're doing in your actions. As humans, hey, we're lazy. Let's face it. We all know that. So who is someone in your family? Who is someone that is not going to let you down by enabling you to get out of jail free, right? To say, oh, no, it's all right. They can eat that. Oh, it's okay. You don't have to go exercise today. You got to have someone who's going to hold your feet to the fire, and maybe you can hold their feet to the fire also, and make the small changes. Again, it's not going to happen overnight. We got to do small changes every day that add up to big changes at the end of the month, at the end of the year, that are going to make the difference in your life. 2018 still got so much time out there, so much time. So what's happening with you to make those changes this year? Later on the show, we'll entertain some of the questions, and if you go on Facebook, I'll try and respond to those to you. Facebook Live, just answer type in your questions, and I'll respond to them live on the air. So let's get some interaction happening out there so that we know what's going on. So getting back a little bit, to that slide, when we talk about obesity, and we hammer on this over and over and over again, but 38% are obese, right? That's what it says out there. Obesity is a lifestyle. It just like being healthy is a lifestyle, obesity is a lifestyle. Some people might want to argue with me, and hey, you know what? That's fine. You can argue with me. But I'm telling you, it's a lifestyle. It's a choice. It's a choice of what we put on our plates. It's a choice of us getting outside and getting around the block or not. So don't let somebody tell you, oh, well, you know what? I'm just kind of big boned. No. Let's look at the mirror and figure out what you are. What are you putting on your plate? What are you putting in your mouth? Where are your legs taking you on a daily basis? All those things are going to help to keep your heart pumping longer, pumping stronger, and to make this year and the rest of your life a whole lot better. So a little bit about this show, what we're going to do today. So talk a little bit about that, some more of that. Then we're going to also talk a little bit about some of the exercise program again, bring back some demonstrations of the Movement Academy Active Aging program that can be the difference in your life. Remember, heart health is also directly related to brain health and stroke and Alzheimer's and dementia factors, right? So if your heart is healthy, you have better blood flow going, your brain can be healthier too. Movement Academy can be definitely a part of that. And we'll look back a little bit at the St. Anthony's Nursing Home and see how they're doing. And some of the programs, we talked about their Christmas programs, but if you've been by their location on Airline Highway, you know that they have Mardi Gras colors out, and they're celebrating Mardi Gras too, and making sure their residents are happy and healthy and having a good time out there, having their own parade. I know they're having their own king and queen at St. Anthony's. So John Morvant, such a great guy, and we'll replay his segment when he coming on. So again, let's talk to us, about what are going on with you. What are some things happening in your, as I'm trying to look here, in your life down there? What are ways that your health can be impacted? So let's talk real quick about the exercise. Are you getting 30 minutes of some type of activity every day? I know we say 60 minutes, but let's start with 30 minutes. Are you getting 30 minutes of activity every single day? Remember, physical activity is not the same as physical exercise, right? So let me rehash that and say physical exercise. Exercise, remember, is planned and structured and progressive. Activity is just, hey, I'm busy. I clean the house, I garden, I watch the kids, I watch the grandkids, and that's wonderful, but you gotta have physical exercise. So, are you getting at least 30 minutes of physical exercise? 3 to 4 times a week, if not every day? If so, what are you doing? Are you getting your heart rate up enough? Are you doing resistance training? Are you just doing one and not the other? Remember, we got to do both of them together to be the most effective type of exercise program to get your heart healthy, to help open up the blood vessels, reduce your fat intake. Fat, it just hangs on the blood vessel walls and helps restrict blood flow, which is not a good thing. That's when we have things like heart attack and stroke, and our blood pressure goes up because our heart has to work harder to pump that same amount of blood throughout the body. We want that heart to work very efficiently and not have to work overtime and extra hard because we have so much more mass on us than is necessary. So things like walking, riding your bike, jogging, get on the elliptical machine, rowing machines. Hey, go play basketball if you like playing basketball. Do anything that you enjoy doing. And that's what I like to tell my clients. It has to be enjoyable for you. It's fit. So those are the things we can adjust. Fit stands for frequency, intensity, the type, and the time. So it's F-I-T-T. Frequency, how often are you doing it? How many days a week? How many minutes a day are you doing so? The intensity, are you doing it so hard that you can't breathe? Are you doing it not hard enough that you can have a simple conversation and not be labored? Or are you doing somewhere in between? It's good to adjust those types of factors. Like we talked about the type. Is it on a bike? Is it running? Is it jogging? Is it playing a racquetball? At the health club where I work, believe it or not, I see there's a small group of guys that love to play racquetball, and they're all over 50. So don't think, oh, I can't do that anymore. You can do that anymore. It's just excuses why you're not. And then the time. Again, is it 10 minutes? Is it 20? Is it 30? Are you doing it for an hour? Adjust all those factors. Change them around. That's how you're going to get the best benefit from them all, is adjusting those times. So remember, fit. F, frequency. I, intensity. T, the type. And the other T is the time. Adjust those factors and let's make sure that we're having fun with it all at the same time. Because if it's not enjoyable, you're not going to go back to it. So have some fun with it. Get others involved and make sure you're out there on a daily, at least 3 to 4 times a week. If not daily activity, 3 to 4 times a week of physical exercise on top of your daily activity. So I think we're going to get ready here pretty shortly to wrap up segment 1 and go to break. So when we come back, remember, we're going to see a little bit of John Morvant and his assistant and learn a little bit more about St. Anthony's Nursing Home. I've been there. It's a great place for your loved ones. If you're thinking about something here in the New Orleans area, I would definitely check out St. Anthony's. So I think we're getting ready to go to break, and there it is. All right, we'll see you back in a few minutes. Thanks.
Divorce, separation, poverty, financial lack, financial need, most issues that we're not dealing with in the church setting. But thank the Lord, there's an answer coming for you through the Forgiven Show, hosted by me, Evangelist Melanie Pichon. Stay tuned as we will meet you weekly, every Thursday, to discuss and give answers to the situations and the challenges that you're facing. Remember, show starts January 18th, 2018.
I'm Matt Peale from Movement Academy. Did you know that according to the Center for Disease and Control, nearly 1/3 of Louisiana residents over the age of 50 are classified as obese and have had no leisure time physical activity in the past month? Additionally, 47% of people over the age of 55 have experienced increased confusion or memory loss that interferes with social interaction or household chores. These statistics are strongly related, but there is a brighter side to this gloomy outlook. New studies are out that confirm physical exercise can improve cognitive functioning and slow down the onset of dementia. Movement Academy has developed an online exercise program that can help you with weight management, prevent injuries from losing your balance, and teach complex movements to improve your cognitive functioning. Whether in the privacy of your own home or in a group with friends, Movement Academy can improve the quality of your life for only a few cents a day. Go to www.movementacademy.net and sign up for your brighter side of life right now.
Tired of feeling like a number instead of a person when you go to the doctor? Well, at GenCare Senior Medical Center, we know your name. We know your family. We know you like a friend and treat you that way.
Sometimes I forget she's the doctor, and I'll say, "Girl, you know I had a headache so bad the other day."
I like GenCare's approach. I smile when I leave GenCare.
I'm just like going to one of my relatives' house. I can sit down and talk. I feel like family.
I really enjoy my doctor. I have a personal relationship with him, and he truly is devoted to healthcare providing rather than just make a buck.
Oh, Dr. Jones and I are experiencing a great relationship because he listens. Just because we've gotten older, it doesn't mean that we're not able to do.
At GenCare, our doctors take the time you need. We listen. We don't rush you. Isn't it time you felt the GenCare difference?
Hey, this is Matt Peale with Movement Academy. You know, it's Christmas time coming up, the holidays, but we want to make sure that this year you don't stop moving. Just because you're out having some fun, going to the parties, being with family, still get out there and move. So what we wanted to do is show you some exercises from Movement Academy's Active Aging program that's pretty simple to do right there at home and can keep you moving this holiday season. All right, so we wanted to first show you, for those of you that are chair-bound or maybe don't have a lot of mobility, a couple exercises here that will work both your ankles and your arms. The first one is called arm and hammer. So we can put both of our arms up and we'll just extend each side. You can do each arm for 2 to 3 sets of 10 repetitions. And then when you're done, we can do a heel to toe raise. A couple of simple exercises that can just keep you moving, again, regardless of what your mobility level is. All right, these next couple exercises are for those of you that maybe have assistance walking with a walker or a cane, or even, again, fully mobile, and work with our balance. So we're going to do a 2-foot balance. We're going to start with our feet a little wider than shoulder width apart, an athletic position. We're going to hold for a few seconds. We're going to bring them underneath our shoulders, and then we're going to bring them together. So again, one more time. We're going to be kind of wide, underneath our shoulders, and bringing them together. That's called a 2-foot balance. The next movement is called a 1-step lateral. So we're going to step out laterally to each side, get kind of a half lunge, making sure you keep your one leg straight while the other one is bent. You can do that to each side, 10 to 12 repetitions, a couple sets, helps keep you moving. All right, so for those that are now fully mobile, or even if you do have a little assistance and are a little bit stronger, two simple moves we can do are just a simple lunge. So we can step forward with both feet, drop the back leg down, posture up, step back, and through. So again, both legs, down as low as you can go comfortably, push up through the front leg, and feet together again. The second move is called quick feet. This is kind of fun. We're going to be nice athletic position. We're going to step forward and backwards as fast as we can, leading with both feet. So you can do a couple sets of 10 to 12 reps with a lunge. Also with your quick feet, get your heart rate up, get the legs pumping. Again, all this can be found at movementacademy.net under our active aging program. For the end of this year, it's only $10.95 a month, no obligation, no ongoing contract, and I promise you're going to move better, you're going to think clearer with Movement Academy's active aging program.
Welcome back into segment 3 of the second half Health and Fitness Show. Now we have our guest from St. Anthony's Healthcare and Rehab. We have John Morvant and we have Diane Floyd coming in, and they're going to talk to us a little bit about, what to look for, number one, in selecting a nursing home, and then also what they do on the holidays. What are some things that you can help brighten your relatives with during these times? We work the holiday blues. Now we're going to brighten it up a little bit and tell how can we make those that are still with us, and maybe it is their last holiday or two, but how can we make that special for them? What are some things that can make it even more special for us as a whole? And then what does St. Anthony's do specifically that really sets them apart and helps them with that? So, John, welcome. Diane.
Thank you, Matt.
Welcome.
Good morning.
And so first of all, tell us a little bit about your experience in the long-term care industry, each of you, and what you've been doing.
Sure. Thank you, Matt. St. Anthony's Healthcare and Rehab Center has been serving the community of Jefferson Parish for 40 years, and we're real proud of that, and we have an amazing staff, and it's just a wonderful community that we live in, Jefferson Parish. We have many positive relationships and with hospice companies, home health, hospitals, and we feel very blessed that we get to do what we are doing at St. Anthony's.
Great. And Diane?
Yes, we've been in the business over 37 years, personally in the business, so it's definitely a business that you're in it for the love of it. You're in it to serve the others. You're in it to understand and give back to the community. Like Mr. Morvant said, we are locally owned, so that says a lot. We're all about community, bringing in the resources locally to help brighten up our lives of our residents and support the families. So we're always here for them.
Great. So when someone is in the market for the home for their loved one, what are some important characteristics or things that they should look for when making that selection?
Well, I would definitely do an on-site tour, and just like you do when you shop, sample the area, sample several different facilities, and feel the vibe in the facility. How are you greeted? Just like when you go to a restaurant or a retail store, how are you greeted there? And ask questions. Have your questions ready actually, and ask questions, and and engage with residents as you're touring, and employees. The vibe of the staff is critical. How is morale? So as I mentioned, we have an amazing staff. I'm so proud of our staff and what they do. We get compliments so often from family members and from providers, whether it be home health or nurses, etc., visiting our facility. So
That's great. That's great. Dan, any?
With that, we do have resources available if you are looking for placement in the facility. A lot of us have resources. We can go on the internet, you can Google, you can look up. There are general questions. There are associations online that you can look up. If your loved one is in the hospital, the social workers and the case managers can direct you there. There are sites as Nursing Home Compare that you can go to, and you can compare to the facilities. You can do a range of your local facilities in your area, and you can expand it out, whether it's North Shore or South Shore. But with that, when you're looking, it's going to give a rating. The rating is a 5-star, which we're very proud of. We are a 5-star facility, and it takes a lot. It takes a team that collaborates together to build that, to earn that 5-star. So we have earned that in our facility. And with that, just like Mr. Morvant said, you're going to know when you come into a facility, whenever you go into any restaurant or business, when you come in, there's going to be the standards. You're going to look. There's going to be those services you need for that loved one. Most of the facilities they all have that service. So if you look them up online or their website, you're going to see they're all compared to that. But it's hands-on when you come into that facility and make that tour, make that time, pick your facilities and compare, go in. You're going to see if the staff is engaging. You're going to see the face. You're going to see if they welcome you. You're going to see if they offer you assistance. When you walk in, our staff knows a new face. And if we don't know that individual, our staff is going to ask them for help. Even the ones that we know, you can tell. If they're going to engage in you, you know they're going to engage in their loved one.
Right.
And you can see that throughout. If the residents look happy, if they're engaging with the residents themselves, with their fellow community, you're going to know. You're going to know this is the place.
And I think vibe is so important in everything that we do, whether it's, again, picking out a nursing home, a restaurant, a bar, even to friends, right?
Sure.
Or a gym.
Yes.
Going to the gym.
Correct.
John and I are members at the same gym, so that's why we like to tease each other about that.
Yes.
So what can someone do during the holidays when they do have a loved one, in a home? What can they do to help make that brighter for them? And then from there, what do y'all do that's kind of special?
Sure. Well, family members, oftentimes relatives who live out of town, come to New Orleans and to be with other family members. So we see the number of visits and people increase over the holidays, which is such a positive thing right there. It could be a special food that your mother or father or uncle enjoyed during the holidays at the family get-togethers. And then, of course, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, children, elderly love seeing their relatives, their younger relatives and family members. And then on top of that, the school children. We see a tremendous increase of visitation, of visits from school children, and they sing Christmas carols, which is outstanding, and they bring crafts that they made related to the holidays and or do a craft class with the residents, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember as a child going to some of the homes and singing for them, and as a kid I think, what am I doing in here? I don't know these people, these old people sitting in here. But from that standpoint, when you're 7, 8 years old, your brain's not really paying attention to much beyond what's the candy maybe that they're giving me.
True.
But from their standpoint now, as we get a little bit older, you can see it can bring joy, because maybe you're right, maybe their grandchild doesn't necessarily live there or isn't close, but they still want to have that type of companionship. And when I teach actually the Fit Circuit class at the gym, and I look across, you can look into the child care, and I see some of them, they're just looking at the little kids that are coming and pounding on the window. So yeah, that's super important to bring children like that in, and so they can get that type of feeling. It's great that you all do that, and bring that joy if it's not, not there for them or really accessible from their families.
Sure.
So awesome. Now, there were some other things that y'all do too. Give me an example. Was it the Alzheimer's walk that y'all had a big? You just do some other things in the community
recently.
too. Yeah.
Yes, in November. You want to comment on that, Diane?
Yes, we did the Alzheimer's walk. It's a big event that we support. It's a foundation. It's a good cause, raising money for the cure of Alzheimer's. And with that, it's bringing everybody together. It's bringing the community together. It's bringing our residents. It was at the Baby Cakes Field, so it was very convenient for us at our facility too, as far as commuting by residents too. So we had a group of residents that came with us, and staff members as well. So we came together as a team and supported that cause. And it's just a time to come together, enjoy one another, enjoy the friendship, enjoy each other. It is an illness. It is a hard illness, and we do recognize that. It's hard for our family members and our staff. For us, it's not just the business of residents living at our facility, for us taking care of. At the end of the day, we know it's the health side of it that we have to take care of, the clinical side of it, but it's extended family for us. Our residents look forward to us seeing us every day. We look forward to them. There's a bond there, more than being at a hospital. It is a healthcare facility, but we share a longer bond with our residents. So
I saw that firsthand when I came to visit, and as we went around, John, and you knew all the residents, their names firsthand, and they may or may not have recognized you again, depending upon what their memories are, but how involved you are. So I think that's critical when you're looking for someone. It's not just their daily nurses that are involved in the relationship, but when you can see the president of the home or the executive director that is involved and knows the names of the staff and, of course, your residents, then I think that's an important clue when we talk about vibe of choosing that location. And so I do commend you.
Thank you.
On doing so.
Thank you. Well, it goes back to even the housekeepers, the laundry, maintenance. Housekeepers, think about this for a moment, that they visit every room in their section every day. So they get to know the residents in many cases better than anyone else.
Right.
So it's, as Diane mentioned, team. It's everyone that makes up our team and provides the care.
So give us I know you have, and it's kind of a hot topic, I guess, in the nursing home industry is memory care and having memory care units. So I know you're constructing one or renovating one of your wings for it. So share a little bit about, and we talked about the Alzheimer's block, share a little bit about what's important for that, and then what's special about yours.
Thank you.
We have it.
This is Diane's expertise.
All right, here we
For
go.
our memory unit.
Nice softball question for you.
Our memory unit. We looked at it as a need in the community for that, having that secure unit. So at this point, we are in the stages and working close to finishing up the secure unit. And with that is recognizing that you need to bring, it's that person-centered care. It's understanding what level they're at and understanding you can still bring in the simple things to stimulate them. Right. Bright colors, simple tasks, busy things. And it's individualizing that person-centered. They may have focus on one thing for 3 minutes, but that's success. They may not be able to sit at a regular bingo game because they can't understand that concept.
Right.
But it's not their fault. So we have to adapt and put in interventions in place that will help stimulate them at that level. And it is the happiness. It's music therapy. It's that continuum pickup. If they left off here, if they're doing things, a task or putting a puzzle, but they get up, well, that task is over. They'll come back for it, go off to another one.
Right. That's excellent, excellent. And as we go to the break, we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about that, and then we'll also lead in with our segment, Questions from Left Field. We all get to field some random questions and see how smart you are not. But it's a lot of fun. So stick with us as we come back here to segment 4. Thanks.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Hi, I'm Matt Peale from Movement Academy. Did you know that according to the Center for Disease and Control, nearly 1/3 of Louisiana residents over the age of 50 are classified as obese and have had no leisure time physical activity in the past month? Additionally, 47% of people over the age of 55 have experienced increased confusion or memory loss that interferes with social interaction or household chores. These statistics are strongly related, but there is a brighter side to this gloomy outlook. New studies are out that confirm physical exercise can improve cognitive functioning and slow down the onset of dementia. Movement Academy has developed an online exercise program that can help you with weight management, prevent injuries from losing your balance, and teach complex movements to improve your cognitive functioning. Whether in the privacy of your own home or in a group with friends, Movement Academy can improve the quality of your life for only a few cents a day. Go to www.movementacademy.net and sign up for your brighter side of life right now.
Divorce, separation, poverty, financial lack, financial need. Most issues that we're not dealing with in the church setting. But thank the Lord, there's an answer coming for you through the Forgiven Show, hosted by me, Evangelist Melanie Pichon. Stay tuned as we will meet you weekly, every Thursday, to discuss and give answers to the situations and the challenges that you're facing. Remember, show starts January 18th, 2018.
Oh yeah, it's that time of year. It's Mardi Gras. Hope you liked our first segment as I had on my outstanding Mardi Gras hat on. We gotta have your mask on because no one needs to know who you are when you're up on that float. So when you're on the street and say, hey, throw me something, mister, you gotta be able to catch. That's why you need an agility and coordination program, because you never know, when you're gonna get these thrown at you. You don't want those hitting you in the head. That hurts. Trust me, it's happened to all of us. You gotta be ready. Boom, boom. Practice that agility. Practice that coordination every day. Hey, the Movement Academy Active Aging program can help you with that. So, as we get back in here, I'll take my mask off so you know who I am. It's kind of hard to take someone seriously when they got a mask on anyways, but we do like to have fun here at the second half Health and Fitness Show, because if you're not having fun out there in life, then it's hard to get out of bed every single morning. So that's what we want to talk about today, and get back a little bit to the discussion of heart health. And again, this February is American Heart Month, and so there's be some heart health walks coming out there in your local area. Again, go to heart.org to find out how to get involved in those in your neighborhood. It's a great opportunity to give back, even if it's not with money, give back with time. So let's take a look a little bit now about beware the boomer, right? Because it's a boomer population that has a tremendous amount of risk factors going on out there. So as we talked about, aging population, have a wake-up call. And new classifications mean more than 3/4 of adults over 65 could be diagnosed with high blood pressure. And a lot of it, it's more men than women. And then as we get up and older than the 70, it becomes more women than men. So what are you doing, again, to mitigate those risk factors? Remember, the risk factors play a lot in the overall life. It's not just your heart health, it's your kidney health, it's your liver health, it's your brain health, it's everything overall. We've heard out there about you can be brain dead and still live, but you can't be heart dead and still live. I've yet to see somebody be heart dead and still say, oh, they're alive. Heart dead means there's nothing else left out there. So let's look about how the brain plays into those factors too, and our mental health. So heart health and brain health are related. Dr. Philip Gorelick talks about that. So we can delay the onset of or prevent cardiovascular risk factors. It could put a substantial dent in Alzheimer's. Right, who'd have thunk it? Get your heart right, your brain might follow, but it's true. So we gotta definitely concentrate on getting that heart ready to live for a long time. Watching our diet, getting out there around the block. Like I said, ideal cardiovascular health equates to ideal brain health. So it's not a coincidence. When you feel better, you think clearer. When you're exercising, your brain works a lot better. When you're feeding it the right things, everything seems to fall in line. You have more energy. The heart is more efficient. The brain works a whole lot better, and we have better memory. Our executive function works better. We're able to push off these signs of dementia and Alzheimer's. And the last point on there, an American Heart Association presidential advisory issued, I don't know what Thursday, but in the journal Stroke, it said dementia can be avoided or delayed if people focus on behaviors and factors the American Heart Association calls the Life Simple 7. So it's pretty simple, right? Non-smoking. If you're still smoking cigarettes out there, I hate to say it, but wake up. What's going on? We all know the risk factors. It direct cause to death. Healthy weight. Making sure that you're within range. No, again, we're not all about being bodybuilders or swimsuit models, but our weight has to be in a healthy range, and your doctor will be able to tell that for you. Physical activity. We've hammered on that and hammered on that and hammered on it, and yet look at the numbers. Apparently it's still not working no matter what doctors and professionals are telling you. Healthy diet, healthy levels of cholesterol, making sure your blood pressure and your blood sugars are within normal range. All these, again, are lifestyle. Sure, there's some heredity with cholesterol, but all these other areas can be controlled with lifestyle, right? What's on your plate? How many times are you going to the buffet line? Why are you even at the buffet? Right? Back away. Walk a little bit further. Those things, all those little things, again, help your heart. I know I sound like a broken record, and I'm sure so does your doctor, but again, it's all about your lifestyle, and that's what we're here about, is to help you live longer. So remember, you are in control. Heart health is heavily indicative of lifestyle. Seek professional help. Go to your doctor. Make sure, what are your risk factors? Get the appropriate tests. If he says you need to work on some of those 7 things, get help with that too. Find a personal fitness trainer like myself. Use the Movement Academy Active Aging Program. Find a dietitian, right? You're investing into you. There is no better investment out there than into your health. Hey, the stock market's great. Real estate may be booming in your area, but you can't enjoy any of those things when you're heart dead. Remember that. Take care of you first. Then you can take care of all those other things and enjoy aspects of life like traveling, kids, grandkids, your grandparents, whatever it may be. Right? We got to get our own health going. The heart is a muscle. It can grow stronger with cardiovascular exercise, and it can get bigger. Not like to say it's going to grow the size of your head and be a grapefruit, but we need to work that heart with cardiovascular exercise. Remember, fit, frequency, intensity, type, and time. All those factors can be manipulated. Have a personal trainer help you out with that. And the sooner you make steps and make these lifestyle changes, hey, the higher probability that you're going to live longer. No more are we getting to the age of 65, retire, guess what? We're going to be dead by 70. That doesn't happen anymore. Right? We're living now into our 80s, into our 90s. I was down in St. James Parish last week working with their Council on Aging. Met a lady down there who was 95 years old. I was teasing her, saying, hey, you're just middle-aged. We're going to get you to be 180, 190. So we're living longer. That means you need to start taking care of yourself a little bit earlier so that you can enjoy these things, enjoy that travel. Enjoy, hey, how many great-grandkids do you think she has? Right? Enjoy the great-grandkids. Wouldn't that be amazing? Then look in the mirror. Remember, it all starts with you. It doesn't start with anybody else. It's not your neighbor's fault. It's not your parents' fault. It's not your kids or your grandkids' fault. Right? It's all about you. You are the one in control. So take those steps. Make sure that you are doing the right things on a daily basis that can help you to live longer. So you can enjoy Mardi Gras. I love Mardi Gras. I absolutely love it. I was talking to a friend and she said, well, you love Mardi Gras. You just can't get enough of parades. And it's true. I do. I enjoy it. But I know that I got to work hard throughout the rest of the week so I can enjoy my Mardi Gras time, so I can have a little bit of king cake, so I can have some things that might not be that great for you on the parade route, but I have a good time and I don't sweat it because I'm good the rest of the week. I'm good when we're done with it. So we live life to our fullest, right? We're in the moment. We enjoy the parades. We enjoy the friends. We enjoy the family. And then when that's done, then it's done. Then you get back on the wagon. And you make sure that every day you do and you are the best that you can be. So get it under control. Again, go to heart.org if you need some more information on how to get your heart healthier, information on nutrition, information on where you can participate, how you can donate, whether it's your time, whether it's your money, whatever resources you need to do. But it all starts again with you. So look in the mirror every morning and make sure you're giving your best effort to do so. So as we wrap up here in the next couple minutes, hey, we're looking for guests here on the Second Half Health and Fitness Show. If you think your business, if you think your company, hey, maybe you're a doctor yourself and or somebody that was related to the boomer and the senior industry and you want to get your message out, come sit here next to me. Let's have a little fun. Let's promote what you do. Let's help get your business out there to help others get healthy. Remember, Napoleon Hill said this, if you read him, the more people you help get what they want, the more you'll get what you want. So let's help a lot of people out there get healthier. Let's help a lot of people out there get fit, right? And we can do that right here next month in March. That first Thursday of the month, we want to have a new guest out here sitting next to me. So let's make sure that is you. So as we wrap up today, hey, have a great Mardi Gras. Have a great winter. Hey, Winter Olympics are coming up too. Make sure you watch those. And we'll see you in March. Thanks. Remember, keep moving on the Second Half Health and Fitness Show.